Hi, One Best PR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. It's conference championship time in the NFL playoffs, and we are talking with professional handicapper Doug Upstone, one of our best NFL handicappers of all time, continuing our weekly segments with him. And right now we're going to get two value plays from Doug Upstone heading into Super Bowl 50. Doug Upstone, we just got two games coming up, 4 sides and totals to choose from. What's the first one you'd like to discuss with us?
Our first play, Peter, is going to be on Carolina to handle Arizona. Now, I am flat out forecasting that Carolina is going to get the job done against the Cardinals, and here's why. I think they match up defensively really well against Arizona. One of the things that Arizona has done the last couple of weeks is they faced really good defenses in both Green Bay and Seattle. And one fundamental change that I've noticed in those games is that the teams took their defensive ends, they pinched them when they came up the field, and then they worked to get a bigger push up the middle. And what that did is really take away some of the throwing lanes for Carson Palmer. So I think Carolina, which actually has bigger people on the ends and in the middle, will do exactly the same thing. And I think that helps curtail ultimately what Arizona is going to want to do. Now, Carson Palmer is a little more mobile in the pocket than what he used to be, Peter, but no one is going to confuse him with Russell Wilson at this point. So I think that's one big difference in this game. Then the other thing I look at is Bruce Arians, the Cardinals coach, has become a little impatient running the ball. Since they've only had 32 carries in their last 2 games for only 67 yards. And Carolina only gives up 88 yards per game on the ground. In the last 3, that number goes down to 77. Conversely, the Arizona defense has, which was quite good for most of the season, in their last 3 games, Peter, they've given up 127 yards per game on the ground. And in those same 3 games, the offense has turned the ball over 7 times. I look at Cam Newton, what he has been able to accomplish as the MVP of the NFL this season. I think he's going to have another fine game running and passing the ball. And I got Carolina to win this one by 8.
All right, that's an interesting analysis, Doug Upstone. Yeah, we know that Carolina's defense can be dominant at times. Obviously, Arizona's offense can be super powerful. The question is, who's going to win that matchup? Doug Upstone leaning towards Carolina and liking Carolina going dead against the Jeff Cadillac lean for that game, which is Arizona +3. Doug Upstone liking Carolina -3. Doug Upstone, what's your second value play for us?
My second value play, Peter, is going to be on the exact same game, but I'm going to go against the grain of the public in terms of the total. Now, many bettors, I should say, and several sports handicappers will look at this game at 48 points, okay, and think this is going to be an over.
I bet the over at 47, Doug Upstone. I'm one of them.
You're one of them. Okay.
I am.
Let me appeal to you then, and I'll make my argument to you. I'm not going to change your mind because you already got your bet, but that's okay. Now, we have the 2 highest scoring teams in the NFL. We know that, okay? And we got great quarterbacks. This looks like an easy game into the 50s, except one problem. In Arizona's last 7 games, Peter, they are 6-1 under. So that's one thing I look at. Mm-hmm. And in terms of their defense, okay, it has been playing really well during that time. Other than the Seattle debacle in Week 17, They really have controlled the opposing team. And last week against Green Bay, let's face it, they would have only given up 13 points except for that Hail Mary, which was answered as a prayer against the Green Bay Packers. Carolina comes into this game ranked 6th in total defense and 6th in points allowed. And though Ron Rivera's team does not have maybe the overall speed of Seattle or Denver's defense, these guys can play sideline to sideline. I like the size that they have that can really control opposing teams. Their defensive line can take away the rush. They can also rush the passer. And with corners like Josh Norman, I think they can really lock up what Arizona wants to do. I got this game 24-16 Carolina for an easy under.
Wow, interesting analysis, Doug Upstone. Yeah, I was in agreement with you on the under in Arizona's game last week, the under 50, that high total. This week, I thought the over 47 was a good play, but I did get it at 47, and I'm assuming that, I'll be able to hedge out of that all the way up until kickoff. Right now, it's 47.5 or 48 market-wide. I'm assuming it's at least going to stay there, maybe get bet up even higher to 48.5 or 49, because some sharps probably are going to be on the over, and definitely the public is going to be loving the over. Interesting analysis, as always, Doug Upstone. Now I'm really thinking about it. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Peter.